About a week or so ago, the state of Florida came out and said that through the Inspector General's office for the Health Department of Florida, they said the whistleblower, Rebecca Jones, who said that she was ordered to falsify data about COVID numbers here in the state of Florida, totally without merit. That's got no merit at all. We don't believe it. Didn't happen. Sorry, Rebecca. Try again. But then this week, something interesting happened. See, the state of Florida's Auditor General came out with their own report. And you know what that report said? It said that the state of Florida intentionally undercounted both the number of COVID deaths and the number of COVID cases in the state during the same time period that Rebecca Jones says the state was telling her to alter the data. Huh, right? I'm sure that's just a wacky coincidence. You know, the Inspector General saying, no, we can't find any merit to her claims. Then the Auditor General saying, yeah, the state totally lied about COVID numbers. So which one is it? Let me read this. This is from Truthout regarding this new report. State contracted labs, for example, failed to return results for around 60% of the tests that were administered during that 8-month period from March to October of 2020. Of the results that were returned, many didn't include critical demographic information, failing to record a person's ethnicity 60% of the time, and failing to account for their race more than half of the time. Auditors also found that the state didn't conduct contract tracing for 23% of the positive cases it identified. Put another way, close to 1 in 4 Floridians who tested positive for coronavirus during the early months of the pandemic were never told they had the virus in their systems, the audit concluded. Even when people were notified of their positive results, many weren't alerted until well after they got tested, in some cases more than a week after they got tested. The audit also found that Florida officials had undercounted deaths in the state. More than 3,000 additional COVID-19 related deaths were reported by physicians than were on the state's official list of total deaths during the first 8 months of the pandemic. Now, I don't know about you, but that to me kind of sounds like Rebecca Jones may have been onto something. Maybe she made it up, right? The state's telling us there's no merit to her claims, but now the state's telling us that the state did, in fact, cover up the total number of COVID deaths. Ron DeSantis' government covered up the total number of COVID deaths. So maybe they weren't altering the data. Maybe they were just suppressing it. Maybe they were burying it. And speaking of burying it, where the hell is the media on this story? This kind of seems like an important thing because Ron DeSantis is out there almost every day telling the rest of the country, look how great Florida did with the pandemic. We stayed open. We didn't have any bad side effects. Our economy is kicking ass. It's not, by the way. Actually, the most unaffordable state to live in now in the United States. Hey, that's another feather in Florida's cap. But this is big. I mean, hell, when Andrew Cuomo did this same thing up in New York, they launched investigations. But we're not going to get that here because Republicans don't investigate one another. They're going to let it go. The story's going to die. And this is probably going to be the last you hear about it unless I talk about it again. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.